I advanced in life, I attained to the allotted span. Wherever I turned, there was evil, evil. Oppression is increased, uprightness I see not. I cried unto God, but he showed not his face. I prayed to my goddess, but she raised not her head. The seer by his oracle did not discern the future, nor did the enchanter with a libation illuminate my case. I consulted with the necromancer, but he opened not my understanding. The conjurer with his charms did not remove my ban. How deeds are reversed in the world! I look behind, oppression encloses me, like one who the sacrifice to God did not bring, and at mealtime did not invoke the goddess, did not bow down his face, his offering was not seen, in whose mouth prayers and supplications were locked. God's day had ceased, a feast day become rare, has thrown down his fire pan, gone away from their images. God's fear and veneration has not taught his people, who invoked not God when he ate God's food, who abandoned his goddess and brought not what is prescribed, oppresses the weak, forgets his God, who takes in vain the mighty name of his God. He says, I am like him, but I myself thought of prayer and supplications. Prayer was my wisdom, sacrifice my dignity. The day of honouring the gods was the joy of my heart. The day of following the goddess was the acquisition of my wealth. The prayer of the king, that was my delight, and his music, for my pleasure was its sound. I gave directions to my land to revere the name of God. To honour the name of the goddess I taught my people. Reverence for the king I greatly exalted, and respect for the palace I taught the people. For I knew that with God these things are in favour. What is innocent of itself to God is evil. What in one's heart is contemptible to one's God is good. Who can understand the thoughts of the gods in heaven? The counsel of God is full of destruction. Who can understand? Where may human beings learn the ways of God? He who lives at evening is dead in the morning. Quickly he is troubled, all at once he is oppressed. At one moment he sings and plays, in the twinkling of an eye he howls like a funeral mourner. Like sunshine and clouds their thoughts change. They are hungry and like a corpse. They are filled and rival their God. In prosperity they speak of climbing to heaven. Trouble overtakes them, and they speak of going down to Sheol. Into my prison my house is turned. Into the bonds of my flesh are my hands thrown. Into the fetters of myself my feet have stumbled. With a whip he has beaten me, there is no protection. With a staff he has transfixed me, the stench was terrible. All day long the pursuer pursues me. In the night watches he lets me breathe not a moment. Through torture my joints are torn asunder. My limbs are destroyed. Loathing covers me. On my couch I welter like an ox. I am covered like a sheep with my own excrement. My sickness baffles the conjurers, and the seer left dark my omens. The diviner has not improved the condition of my sickness. The duration of my illness the seer could not state. The god helped me not, my hand he took not. The goddess pitied me not, she came not to my side. The coffin yawned, they took my possessions. While I was not yet dead, the death wail was ready. My whole land cried out, how is he destroyed? My enemy heard, his face gladdened. They brought as good news the glad tidings. His heart rejoiced, but I knew the time of all my family. When among the protecting spirits their divinity is exalted, Lacuna, let thy hand grasp the javelin Tabu Utu Bel, who lives at Nippur, has sent me to consult thee, has laid his Lacuna upon me. In life Lacuna has cast, he has found. He says, I lay down, and a dream I beheld. This is the dream which I saw by night. He who made woman and created man, Marduk, has ordained that he be encompassed with sickness, Lacuna, and Lacuna, in whatever Lacuna. He said, how long will he be in such great affliction and distress? What is it that he saw in his vision of the night? In the dream Erbau appeared, a mighty hero, wearing his crown. A conjurer too, clad in strength, Marduk indeed sent me. Unto Shubishi Meshri Nagal he brought abundance. In his pure hands he brought abundance. By my guardian spirit he stopped. By the seer he sent a message, a favourable omen I show to my people, Lacuna. He quickly finished. The Lacuna was broken, Lacuna of my lord. His heart was satisfied, Lacuna, his spirit was appeased. Lacuna, my lamentation, Lacuna, good. Lacuna, he approached, and the spell which he had pronounced. He sent a storm wind to the horizon, to the breast of the earth it bore a blast. Into the depth of his ocean the disembodied spirit vanished. Unnumbered spirits he sent back to the underworld. The Lacuna of the hag demons he sent straight to the mountain. The sea flood he spread with ice. The roots of the disease he tore out like a plant. The horrible slumber that settled on my rest like smoke filled the skies. With the woe he had brought, unrepulsed and bitter, he filled the earth like a storm. The unrelieved headache which had overwhelmed the heavens he took away, and sent down on me the evening dew. My eyelids, which he had veiled with the veil of night, he blew upon with a rushing wind, and made clear their sight. My ears, which were stopped, were deaf as a deaf man's. He removed their deafness, and restored their hearing. My nose, whose nostril had been stopped from my mother's womb, he eased its deformity, so that I could breathe. My lips, which were closed, he had taken their strength. He removed their trembling, and loosed their bond. My mouth, which was closed, so that I could not understand, he cleansed it like a dish. He healed its disease. My eyes, which had been attacked, so that they rolled together, he loosed their bond, and their balls were set right. The tongue, which had stiffened so that it could not be raised, he relieved its thickness, so that its words could be understood. The gullet, which was compressed, stopped as with a plug. He healed its contraction. It worked like a flute. My spittle, which was stopped, so that it was not secreted, he removed its fetter. He opened its lock.